Good morning, church. It's great to see you all, and I hope you're enjoying this absolutely spectacular day that God has given us. It's a glorious day, and one I'm sure that we're all very grateful for and thankful that He's given us a day like this. A lot of you are wanting to know what the progress is, what the plans are that are being made for our ReGather, and so I wanted to take a moment today and share with you a little update of what it is that we have in store right now. A lot of work has been done and a lot of things are moving forward. But what I want to do is just take a second and share with you a story that I heard this week that I thought really had a lot to say about the ReGather plan. The story is of James Stockdale, and some of you remember James Stockdale. He was the highest ranking officer that was a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War. He spent 8 years in prison. And over the course of those 8 years, so many of his fellow soldiers fell victim to despair and despondency and eventually lost their lives because they lost their hope, the hope that they were ever going to return to the life that they wanted. And James Stockdale, now an admiral, was asked many years later, "How did you survive?" And what he said was, "I had hope, and those soldiers who died, they had hope too. But we placed our hope in different things, and we placed our focus on different things." And he gave this example. He said that many of the soldiers that he served with that eventually lost hope because they placed their hope in a date. They said, "We'll be rescued by Christmas." And then Christmas came and they weren't rescued and they lost a little hope. And they said, "But we'll be rescued by the new year," or "We'll be rescued by set the date." And every time one of those dates came about and they weren't back home, they lost a little bit of hope until eventually they lost reasons for hope and they gave up and they died. And James Stockdale said they placed their hope in a date. I placed my hope in the opportunity of every day. He knew he would be rescued. And so what he chose to focus on was, what is happening today that I can gain strength from? What is happening today that I can find optimism in? I'm not going to place my hope that hope will be something down the road, but instead I'm going to look around and I'm going to say, what's going on right now, even in the midst of this great crisis, this tragedy, this hardship, that I can be confident about so that I can use it to fuel my hope. And so this morning, that's exactly what I want to share with you, that in the midst of this controversy and in the midst of this hardship, there are many things that you and I have that we can find to place our hope in. And unfortunately for us, it's not a date, because we don't have a date where everything's going to be back the way we thought it was and the way we want it to be and the way that it's always been. But that doesn't mean that we don't have things every single day that we can be looking forward to and optimistic about and give us hope for a return to what we so much desire. So here's what I'm sharing with you today. The eldership is unveiling a series of new initiatives that we are very excited about and we think are going to provide a great benefit to the congregation. Maurice and Donna, several weeks now, have been running a children's Bible class on Zoom, which has been wildly successful and really encouraging, a time of fellowship in a virtual way and a chance for kids to get together and to learn the Bible. And so encouraged and bolstered have we been by this, that we're pushing forward a new initiative that you're going to be hearing about, where we're going to be revealing every day new opportunities for Bible class, for meetings, for life group, and for opportunities to come together in virtual fellowship to meet the needs of our congregation. Here's what we've heard from you. In your survey and in our conversations, you've told us you miss each other. You miss talking to each other. You miss deep study of the Bible together. And we're answering that, and we're excited that even in the midst of a difficult time, we can place our hope in an opportunity that is before us, an opportunity like this. And so be watching over the course of the next couple of days as you're going to be hearing about new Bible class and life group opportunities through Zoom, through online meeting spaces, and other means where we can maintain safety, but we can develop those things that you're telling us that you miss the most and that we miss the most as well. So I don't have a date for you. In fact, in this world of advanced modeling and smashing the curve and social distancing and viral load and all those other phrases that none of us ever heard of 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I can tell you this. that we are going to be looking 2 or 3 weeks at a time and looking ahead to see when we know it is the safest time and with the safest precautions to bring us back into a regather plan. And until that time, we're going to place our hope not on a date somewhere out in the future, but on the daily opportunities that we're being provided so that we can draw close to one another and most of all, close to God, even in this hard time. I know that you'll be excited about some of these things that we have to offer, but I also know that you're going to be disappointed to hear that it'll be at least until the second week of June that we will be contemplating a regather plan for our members. I know that we would like that to be a sooner date, but I also know that we all want that to be a safer date. And so, in the meantime, we have a choice. We can focus on what we do not have. We can focus on a date that is not known. Or we can focus on the beneficial opportunities that we have right now to be able to fellowship together as best we can, to worship together in ways that we've already found, and to learn new and exciting ways that we can study the Bible together and grow closer to God and closer to each other. So we'll have some more information for you as things continue to reveal themselves. But in the meantime, we want you to know that we are working very hard to provide a safe and beneficial path back to regathering right here in this place. And we hope that we can do that very soon. But in the meantime, we're concerned about you. We're concerned about fellowshipping together. We're concerned about studying the Word of God together and growing as Christians. And so be watching for some exciting opportunities to do just that. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for a few minutes of your time. God bless you and may you be healthy and strong through what is a difficult time.